Hello, sim racers of the internet. Welcome to AMS2. We're going to start up a little bit of a championship against the AI. The first race is going to be at Daytona. It's a 45-minute race. I'll get the race started. I'll start doing some talking during this warm-up lap. So we're running the 2005 endurance pack. We're in LMP2. We're doing something of an American Le Mans Series style championship, so all North American tracks. An interesting note is the LMP2 cars are just as fast as the LMP1 cars, if not faster in some cases. So as the race goes on, we should be racing both classes. It's quite a large field. I've got, I think, 44 cars all up. That includes GT1, GT2, and the BMW GT class. Let's try and get past this GT1 Maserati here. And so for the first sector, we'll try and go at the pace of the AI. I say that, but we've been taken out by the GT fields. I think I might actually have damaged turned off. Just as well. If it's not off, it's on low. So hopefully that little excursion didn't hurt us too much. Let's get back past the GT field, catch up to our friends in LMP2. Bit of an excursion across the grass there as we missed our braking point. You can see the P2 fields already started to spread out. We've got a long race ahead of us, so there's no need to panic. I might already have a flat spot on my front left tyre, it feels like, through the first feedback. Let's start making up some places. Hopefully I've got the AI set up well so they'll be competitive. I'm sure once we start getting into traffic as well, it'll mix up the race a bit more. Let's slipstream behind the AI here on the banking. Made our braking point that time. There are 3 wide up ahead, which should be quite interesting. It's a gaggle of 4 cars all battling it out. Make sure we're treating the AI with respect. Just try not to take them out. Defend properly, overtake properly. So make sure we're careful coming out of this corner. We don't want to spin the wheels too much and lose control of the car. So use the slipstream here. Too wide through the bus stop there. We've got a car on our inside. He's getting the draft from the car in front of him. Had to lift a little bit there so he didn't end up in the wall. Got a car to our inside. So make sure we give him enough room. And definitely not making it easy for us. We're up to P5 after that slightly shaky start. So use the slipstream again. Too wide through the bus stop. I think we're mostly clear. And he's pulled into my slipstream now. He's cutting down the inside. So we'll be side by side into turn 1. I think we're clear of that pack now. A little bit of a lock up on the outside left tyre there. We've got a group of 3 cars battling ahead of us. They look like the 3 lead cars in LMP2. So we're almost 10 minutes in. I think for the next race we might up the AI difficulty a little bit. So one of the good things about this AMS2 championship modes is between races you can adjust the AI skill level to make sure you keep it competitive. So at the moment I think I've got them set to 97, medium aggression. Might even need to go up to maybe 99 or 100. We'll have a look at some things like lap times after the race. I've understeered, I've made a mistake. I've got the battle pack of 3 that I cleared a couple of laps ago behind me again now. I know that AI make mistakes as well. I think we have the mistakes set to standards. And so I'm not infallible. So at the Sunoco sign, it's 6 seconds to the car in front. Super confident braking into turn 1. I'm not sure it's the best line to take either. Tyres feel like they're sliding around a bit more now. I'm not sure if that's tyre wear or the track temperature dropping, or a combination of both. But we've got to be even more careful now, especially on the accelerator. What do they call them? Professional traction zones. Okay, almost 15 minutes. It's 4 seconds to the leader at the Sunoco sign. So we are gaining. It'd be interesting to see if we can catch any of the LMP1 cars. So we'll also check some of the lap times at the end of the race. Just so we can see the LMP2s, even with AI driving, to actually lap at a similar pace to those LMP1 cars. It's just not me with the AI difficulty turned down way too low. And now we have the sun setting here at virtual Daytona. There's a helicopter flying past, recording all of the action. past the grandstands. Leaders are 3 wide up ahead. And we've got a spinner. He was off to the inside at turn 1 there. I think, yep, we're in 3rd place, so that was one of the leading LMP1 cars. And you're starting to see some of the slower classes headlights in the distance there. You got some really good traction out of that corner. But we're in the slipstream. He's squeezed us up against the wall there. Rear stepped out a bit on turning. We had to back off so he didn't spin. But he managed to hold it together. So I'll try again. We'll dive down to the inside. We'll put our headlights on. It's getting dark. We couldn't outbrake him through there. Luckily, the car that was run off the road into turn 1 has managed to keep going. I'm driving kind of slowly at the moment. Sometimes it can be a little bit difficult following another car, especially AI. Just the way they brake especially. Is a little bit different to the way you brake as a player. Too wide through the bus stop again. Twitch of oversteer on the exit, but we got past him and we're up into 2nd place. Let's see if we can't clear this 1st place car. He doesn't seem to have the straight line speed at all. We've got a car on our outside. So I think that's the V8 one there. We've been mugged. Let's put our car on the outside. We can't quite follow the V8. What I think is the V8 roller through. It seems like they don't have the same amount of top end speed that we get in these turbocharged 4-cylinders. They have excellent acceleration. And strong braking performance. Looks like we're coming up against our first lot of multi-class traffic. Let's see if we can clear this guy into T1 this time. We look quite deep. Braking offline was tough, but we're in P1 now. We managed to put some of the cars from the other class between us and our rival. Hope they don't drop down on me, which they just did. And the second place P2 car is right on my tail again. It's making it too wide through the bus stop. He decided to back out at the last minute. Past the Ferrari, which AMS2 can't call a Ferrari because the licensing is far too expensive. Looks like it took us about 20 minutes to get to first in class. It seems like we've got an LMP1 car about 7 seconds ahead. So our next objective is going to be to start chasing down those LMP1 cars. There are 8 of them in front of us. If we're lucky, we might be able to win this race outright. Doesn't happen very much anymore, but in the past, in endurance racing, you did used to get lower class cars occasionally winning outright. It happened at Le Mans, I think, at least twice. That was more due to poor reliability of the top class cars that raw pace. But real-world endurance racing is as much about reliability as it is pure pace. I mean, Toyota would argue otherwise. They've been super reliable the last season in the WEC. Very good at executing their race. But, the BOP hasn't really allowed them to get the results that they thought they deserved. So we'll see what happens next year. No Porsche in the WEC. Genesis are joining. So I actually broke really early in that corner. I didn't want to run into the back of these BMWs. I knew that, I obviously had this straight line speed to clear them quite easily. To the dusk hours now. You can see the lights from the other cars. Pink in the clouds. Grandstands are still full of virtual spectators. The car's definitely sliding around more. So we've got to keep our wits about us, keep our concentration up. Looks like we're slowly gaining on the LMP car 1. LMP1 car. That's ahead of us. Sometimes I lift through that corner. And I think most of the time I lift through that corner. But I don't necessarily have to lift as much as I have been lifting. I'm not sure how much of a difference that would make in lap time. But it looks like we're up on our fastest lap delta at the moment. The car ahead of me is lapping in the 142s. Their fastest lap was a 141.8. I think we might have done something like a 140. I'm not too sure. I don't actually have my fastest lap visible on any of my displays. My potential fastest lap is a 1:39.1. So just turn the HUD off. I prefer to race with a minimal HUD. I just find it more enjoyable and a bit more immersive. probably take the bus stop in third gear rather than shifting down to second for the second part of it. This car has a very unique sound under braking. You can hear the I don't even know what it is. I can only describe it as like a bouncing from the engine. And that seems to be the best spot to downshift. Somewhere around 5,000 revs. Just there. Looks like we're faster in third gear through the bus stop. It could just be simply lapping faster. After doing a nice fast lap, we're very messy on this lap. Lifting through. That corner. Being very careful on traction on the exit there. You don't want to throw away all of our hard work that we've been doing for the last 30 minutes. Let's try keeping it in third through the bus stop again. And we've, at least for the time being, gotten past our first LMP1 car. Looks like we've got a couple of LMP1 cars fighting up ahead. And he's back past us in turn 1 braking zone. Bit of oversteer coming out of that corner. Just check the rear bumper of that car in front of us. It's an Audi. If that is important at all, I'm not sure. shift up into our 6th gear there when I'm in the draft. Okay, we're back past him on the banking. This time we were able to stay in front through the braking zone. We've put a little bit of distance between us. So we've got another Audi up in front of us. And I'm assuming it's probably a Courage or a Dallara in front of them. And again, we've got this insane slipstream. Going too wide through the bus stop feels sketchy every time you do it. I'm wondering if these cars are bottoming out through the banking. I know with the modern LMP1 cars, in one of the older versions builds of AMS2, the default setup had you bottoming out through the banking and you would just lose a whole lot of top speeds. And you had to raise the ride height by 2 or 3 meters. And all of a sudden you were super quick on the banking. We got some GT2 traffic and a GT1 Maserati. And I didn't realize they added a flash, I guess, button. I guess it's just flashing your high beams. Because that's headlights off, that's headlights on. That appears to be high beams. I wonder if flashing the AI actually does anything. Get past that fake Red Bull Porsche. Got an Aston Martin, a Corvette, and a fake Ferrari in front of us. This will be interesting to see how the AI navigate it. I think that's pretty well done. They moved out of the way nicely as well. something must have happened to some of the P1 cars, LMP1 cars. So now in 4th place overall. They definitely should have enough fuel to make it to the end. Maybe they've involved themselves in some accidents. I know with longer races in AMS2, they add things like mechanical failures to the AI. At least that feels like what they do. I know for some tracks as well, they actually have the ability to throw out a safety car, which I think is always quite interesting, where the AI will actually have a big crash, and then it'll just bring out the safety car. And it's different from the ability that they put to schedule the safety car when you're actually setting up the race parameters. A bit of understeer through the bus stop there. We're a bit off the pace in terms of lap time, or at least off of our alternate pace. Looks like we've got maybe 3 laps to go. The infield's all lit up. Got the Ferris wheel, what looks like a Tower of Terror. And that was an LMP1 car off the track. So they've made a mistake and spun. And gifted us a place. And we've got a bunch of traffic up ahead. You can see their headlights as they go around the banking, which is quite cool. I think we are going to catch them this lap. That's a Murcielago flashing its lights there. And we might have at least 2 classes mixed in together. Murcielago, a Ferrari. I think that's one of the I think they're M3 BMWs. Flash our own lights here. a bit of a mess. I thought I was going to get run into the wall there, but we survived. That's good, he stayed low for us. AI seemed to have a very good braking performance. He did leave the door open for me there on the apex, which was nice of him. Should catch this Corvette on the banking, and that will be the last car that we overtake. And somehow we've ended up in first place overall. I'm pretty sure the LMP1 cars have enough fuel to get to the end of the race, so I'm not quite sure what happened there. I say the LMP2 cars have enough fuel, I meant the LMP1 cars. So once we take the checkered flag, we'll have a look at the standings. We'll see if we can work out what happened to those LMP1 cars. We'll do some lap time comparisons. And we'll see if we need to make any changes. So yeah, we have two Audi LMP1 cars. They didn't do a pit stop, so they must have, yes, made mistakes and run off the road. And then yeah, we've got an LMP2 car of Rune Morling in 4th place, ahead of some more of the LMP1 cars. Okay, it looks like if you're in an LMP1 and you're not an Audi, you need to do a pit stop in a 45-minute race. Which I guess is a little bit disappointing. And my best lap was a 140. The LMP1s are doing 140s. Let's have a look at our, okay, 142s. So we'll definitely have to increase the difficulty of the AI for the next race. Try and get it a little bit more competitive. Okay, we are 1 win and 1 podium in first place. Let's continue through and let's see what our next race is going to be. Okay, the next race is going to be at Sebring. We'll up the AI skill to 99, and I will see you in the next video for our next race at Sebring. Thanks for watching.